Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. So as you have seen, last week I took some days off from YouTube. There were some interesting opportunities last week, but today I'm going to do the daily review of today, so I'm not gonna, review every opportunities from last week. And so now we are on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, you can notice a shift, kind of shift of market structure at this level, okay, SMS. And we just went through this order block. So now this order block becomes a breaker, okay? So the breaker, essentially, I use it when there is on the first shift, not on a continuation basis, but primarily on the first shift. For example, here, boom, we take liquidity, we go through, and then we come retest this breaker, okay? Because we came through this, okay, aggressively with big candles, displacement candles. And so we have to retest before continuing down. Here, same thing, before continuing up, because I'm expecting at least this buy-side liquidity to be taken on the 4-hour. And then probably I will be looking for sell above, but I don't know, maybe, I always assume that my predictions, they are not always right, So for me, this is the range from high to low. Okay, so let's mark it. Okay. So we have taken all this internal liquidity here. We have formed internal liquidity on the sell side, on the buy side, sorry. And so, no, so yeah, we could say the range is from there to there, but as for me, this is liquidity, okay, this is sell side liquidity, this is a target for me, sell side, but again, I might be wrong, That's why I don't like to make predictions, especially when I'm doing a review, because you might be induced to trade on the same direction. But always be careful, don't trust my words. Don't even trust ICT's predictions, just keep in mind that the market is always the king, it always do what it wants to do. So you just have to follow its footprints, the algorithm footprints, and then you trade accordingly. So yeah, I'm expecting this buy side to be taken this week probably. And maybe at the end of the week, we can take a short and continue on the downside, Okay. But let's go for today's best setup. So we are inside this daily breaker since Friday. And so I caught setup this morning. Very easy setup. So this morning, this was, for me, not very clear, The only thing which was clear at the start, so let's put the start right there. Okay, 8-day start. So the only clear thing which was clear was this liquidity. Okay, so we have this clear range, bullish range. You remember bullish range within, let's say, the only thing I'm not sure is the high to low, Maybe this is the high to low. Maybe this is a high too low, you know. I'm not very sure about this one, but you remember when you have a range within a range, what do? You wait for either sell side or buy side to be taken. But I was pretty sure the sell side would be taken. Okay. And it did. So I'm marking this as a BOS. And now the liquidity is above this point or above this one. Okay. But for sure above this this order block. Okay. So once we broke the sell side liquidity, now we have this range. Okay. And I mark this as a short-term low because let's say this is the range. You know, I assumed first that this was the range, okay, from low to high. And so this was all internal liquidity, okay? All this was internal liquidity. And therefore, I assume that this was a short-term low. And then we do the intermediate term low. And, you know, we continue. But look what happened. So we came through this. So on Owanda, this is equal low. But on FTMO and on forex.com, this low was taken, okay? As you can see, that's why sometimes I double check, you know, that's why I have another Euro USD, you know, in my watch list. So if forex.com and FTMO have taken the liquidity, then I will follow, you know, this move, you know, the fact that it did take the short-term low. However, if Owanda and FTMO, you know, or Owanda and you know, I follow the majority. So when you have, you know, it's always 2/1 at least. And so now that the short-term low is taken, we have induced people to sell. Now I can look for a buy because overall, you know, I want to buy inside this breaker, daily breaker, you know. And so this is my trade. You have this high, which has taken the liquidity with displacement. So this is a real move. This is not just a fake move, you know. Sorry, I didn't even wait for this. I took the trade more aggressively. So shift in market structure, because I expected this low to be an intermediate term low. That's why I wait usually just for an imbalance, just for a clear fair value gap. Okay. We had a clear fair value gap. I put my order right there. Okay. So just a little bit higher with the spread. And I entered. So maybe there somewhere. Stop loss below with the spread always. So let's say 4 pips, 4.5 pips. And I took my profits. Yeah, just above this. Okay. I close my trade right there. TP1. Full TP, I could say. Full TP, 1%. Okay. Because my money management TP, which is, you know, my goal for the day is 1%, was aligned with the technical TP. Therefore, I was okay by taking just, you know, 20 pips. But I could hold a little bit more, you know. But you never know. The thing is, it might take as it went, very aggressively, it means it can pull back also very aggressively. Okay. So if it is going slowly and surely, of course, I can see a pullback coming, and therefore I can let it, continue. But when it goes very straight like this, you see the pullback was very straight also. So if I have waited 5 minutes or so, I would have taken break even, not 5 minutes, but yeah, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. So, and if I forced and I didn't put break even, for example, you could force the trade, because you didn't take profit right there. If you are greedy, you don't take profits, you want more, then you can even remove your break even and take the stop loss instead. That's why it's very important, to be consistent and to aim for realistic goals on a daily basis. Okay, this is good for many reasons, for confidence, for your psychological, emotional state, for many things. And so, yeah, the trade was pretty easy. So I saw this shift of market structure because this I would have preferred if there was some fair value gap, displacement, but I was confident because this week rebalanced this fair value gap, and then we made a new low and took the liquidity. And then also we put a red candle, the algorithm, produced a red candle to signal like maybe a continuation on the downside, but it did not continue on the downside. It reversed, created displacement. So for me, it was a good entry. Not the safest one, but as you can see, we did not pull back after we took this high. You see, so this entry was not good, okay? And once we have taken this liquidity, it's not good anymore. So let's say you missed this trade. You still know that overall the direction is bullish, okay? So this trade was quick. 15 minutes, it was done, like 20 minutes maximum, it was done. Let's say you missed this trade. So you see this was not the real intermediate term low. And instead, it was going in this order block, which I marked this morning because as you can see, here we have a bearish order flow. And then this red candle, instead of producing a new low, started producing new highs. Okay, and then we found this liquidity. And so, yeah, maybe they induce people to buy, okay, again, with this range. Now, people stop loss are below this one. And if they aimed, to continue from this order block, so the trap, they designed the trap right there, okay? People buy, put their stop loss below, and then boom. And now what will people do? Again, people now will sell, okay? Stop loss above from this range, this very clear and beautiful range. And if you remember what I say about clear and beautiful range, very often this is a trap, okay? Even this order block. But as you can see here, you have a nice shift in market structure. on the 5-minute. Okay, so you could enter right from. Why this one? Because up, let's go into the 1 minute, and you see you could even refine this into this one. Okay, when you have many fair value gaps and many places where you could enter, you just put a Fibo. You take the first thing below 50. Below 50 here is a beautiful fair value gap. Okay, so you could trade from there. Of course, the stop loss is below. And you target at least here. Okay, 27 pips. But if you want your percent, you have made it already. Okay, but I'm pretty sure we will take this very soon. Okay, so that's it for today. I've not waited for, so now New York open soon. Okay, so maybe you can get a buy, I don't know, but to be honest, I think it will just continue the way it is looking, you know, because look, it went 3 times around this level. So I don't think it will come back now at this level. So see you maybe tomorrow. As I said, maybe I will not do every day, you know, those type of videos. I will do them as far as I can, you know, as much as I can. And hope you enjoyed and you learned something. And yeah, see you soon. Take care. Trade safe and trade mindless.